Have you ever just stopped and wondered what it would be like to be surrounded by millions of tiny flames, and each one has a story to tell? Well, that's the magic of Diwali, the festival of lights. And today, we're going to dive right in and figure out what makes it one of the most absolutely vibrant and beautiful celebrations on the planet. Okay, so the name itself, it's basically a poem. It comes from this Sanskrit word, Deepavali. Let's break that down. You've got Deepa, which, means a lamp, a light, something that glows. And then you have Avali, which means a row, like a series or a line. So you put them together, and Diwali literally means a row of lights. How cool is that? But of course, it's never just a row of lights, is it? I mean, these flames are packed with symbolism. Every single one has this deep, rich meaning. So, what's the deal? What are they really celebrating? What's the big story here? And here it is. This is the absolute core of it all. It's a theme that honestly it speaks to every single one of us, right? It's all about the spiritual victory of light over darkness, good over evil, and knowledge over ignorance. This single idea, this is the flame that's going to light up everything we talk about today. All right, so let's get into the basics. First up, what is Diwali? And just who keeps this ancient festival glowing so brightly in our modern world? The answer? Well, it's probably broader than you think. So yeah, you might immediately think of Diwali as a Hindu festival, and it is, for sure. But what's amazing is how its light is shared across so many other faiths. We're talking about Jains, Sikhs, and even Newer Buddhists. That's incredible, right? It really shows you just how powerful and universal the whole message of light over darkness truly is. And get this, it's not just a one-and-done kind of celebration. Nope. Diwali is actually a 5-day journey. It's like a story that unfolds, with each day having its own special vibe, its own rituals and meaning. So let's walk through it, day by day. Okay, so day one kicks things off with Dhanteras. This is all about cleaning renewal, welcoming prosperity into your home. Think spring cleaning, but with a spiritual boost. Next up, day two, Naraka Chaturdashi, which celebrates a huge victory of good over evil. Then we hit day three, the main event, Lakshmi Puja. This is the big one. Imagine the darkest night of the month just exploding with lamps, fireworks, and huge family feasts. It's amazing. Day four is Govardhan Puja, a really sweet day honoring the bond between husband and wife. And it all wraps up with day five, Bhai Dooj, a beautiful celebration of that special connection between brothers and sisters. Okay, so we've got the how, right? We see the 5 days of celebration. But what about the why? What are the big stories behind all these rituals? Well, let's dive into the legends, the epic tales that really light the fuse for Diwali. I mean, every single thing people do, every little lamp they light, it's all part of a much bigger story. So, what are these stories? What are the myths that give this festival such incredible meaning? Okay, so there are actually a couple of major stories depending on where you are. In North India, it's all about the return of King Rama. He's coming back to his kingdom after 14 years in exile, right after defeating the demon king Ravana. So all those lights, they're basically a giant welcome home sign. But head to southern and eastern India and you'll hear a different epic tale. This one is about Lord Krishna defeating the demon Naraka and freeing 16,000 women he'd held captive. So you see, two totally epic stories of victory, all feeding into one massive festival of light. But here's a twist in that story that is just wow. The demon, Narakasura, with his dying breath, he asks for a wish to be granted. And what does he ask for? He asks that his death be celebrated, not with anger or hate, but with lights and joy, as a reminder of good's triumph. I mean, can you believe that? A story about redemption is literally built into the festival. That's pretty profound. And the details matter so much. The symbolism goes even deeper. It's not just that you're lighting a lamp, it's what you're using for fuel. If you use ghee, that's clarified butter, it's meant to invite prosperity. Use sesame oil and you're warding off negativity, cleansing your karma. And coconut oil, that's said to attract blessings from the divine. See, every little choice has meaning. So this whole idea of a shared light, this shared sense of hope, it's a perfect lead-in to our next part. Because as we touched on earlier, Diwali has grown way beyond its origins. It's become a festival that people from so many different faiths celebrate, and they all find their own meaning in its light. Let's look at that. For Hindus, as we know, it's about the victory of good over evil, Rama's return, Krishna's triumph. For Jains, it marks the day their spiritual guide Mahavira achieved nirvana or final liberation. For Sikhs, it's celebrated as Bandi Shore Divas, a day of freedom when their sixth guru was released from prison. And for New Ar Buddhists, it commemorates the moment the great Emperor Ashoka converted to Buddhism. So you have all these different stories: victory, liberation, freedom, transformation, all celebrated under the same sky with the same light. So, just how far has this light traveled? I mean, we're talking about an ancient festival here. Well, its global footprint today is huge. Let's take a look. Okay, get this. Diwali is an official public holiday in at least 12 different countries. That's not just India. We're talking Nepal, Singapore, Fiji, and so many others. That's just a massive indicator of its global importance. It's huge. So, when you boil it all down, it doesn't matter if the story is about a king returning, a soul being liberated, or a guru being freed. What Diwali has become is this universal time for homecoming. It's a time to reconnect with family, with your community, and to just celebrate renewal, righteousness, and that simple, enduring power of good over evil. It's really about coming home to the light. And so, as this light keeps spreading all over the world, it kind of leaves us with a final thought, right? It's a question for all of us, really. How can this simple act, just lighting one small lamp, inspire us to face down our own darkness, whatever that may be? Just something to think about. Thanks for joining me on this little trip into the heart of the Festival of Lights.